Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel, 23 Flavors of Stitching. My name is Kirsten and today is February 23rd and it is going to be Flosstube number 33. We've been having some technical difficulties today while trying to get ready for this video, so I hope that you can hear me okay. I just need to move something real quick. Let's see. Stitch the Winter Olympics has ended. The Olympics in general have ended. There was snowboarding was good, hockey was good, curling was good. That's mostly what I watched this year. I did watch a little bit of ice skating or figure skating. Watched a little bit of alpine skiing and the ski jump, but that was about it. Watched a little bit of snowboard cross. That was about it. So I think the last medal count that I saw was that Norway had the most medals, which is awesome. Let's see, what else has been going on with me and not the Olympics? Not a lot. I followed the hashtag Stitch the Winter Olympics prompts that were made by Katie, who is at the Naptime Stitcher. Finally remembered her name. And then I've been trying to plan for things. My 25 starts, other events that are going on, WhipGo, the Steel City Stitchers March Madness. What else? That's kind of it. I feel like not a lot has been going on. Tomorrow we have an event to go to. My sister-in-law was nominated for an award by the company that she works for, and so we're going to go to the award ceremony and see if she wins that. So I have to dress up all fancy tomorrow, which will be fun. I'm not usually, like, I don't typically like to get all fancy, but sometimes it makes you feel good. So I have to narrow down what I'm wearing for that. I have a couple options, so that's what I'll be doing today. And yeah, that's kind of it. So let's just hop right into the stitching. I have one UFO, 2 finishes, a few new starts, and a couple of whips, and then I have some plans and some purchases to share with you all. Purchases slash acquisitions, because not everything was purchased. Some of it was given to me. So let's just get into it. We will start with my UFO, and I'm actually kind of sad that this is a UFO, but I just have not felt drawn to it, and maybe I just need to change my plans with it, but for now I have UFO'd it. I have the flosses somewhere, but it's still together. I'm keeping the conversions that I had for it. I'm not gonna keep the fabric. Maybe I might just have to figure out something else to do with this because I really love this pattern. Anyway, it is Chester's Place by WhistlestopStitcher. I love this pattern. I think it's amazing. It just feels a little daunting, and whenever I pick it up, I haven't picked it up since I started it. So I'm thinking maybe I'll omit some things and maybe just do the quote on it. I don't know. We'll have to see, but because I really do want to stitch the quote, so maybe I'll do that. And kind of make my own design based off of that. But this is why I'm deciding to UFO it. This is all I had done. So it's the window, some of the windows of the house, and a little bit of the door, and that's it. So I have not touched it since I started it. So we're just gonna say goodbye. I will probably unpick this, and then who knows, but that's out of the whip pile. I have taken it off of my whip go board and I have added something else to it. I added one of my new starts from this year to my whip go board, and I think I took the label. Yeah, all of my labels right there. Those are my whips. That's really hard. Those are my whips. And I took its label off, so. All right, so now I have a couple finishes for you and I'm really excited. On Saturday, I think it was, I finished Sense and Sensibility. I think it looks so good. This is Sense and Sensibility by the Stitching Book Club. The designer is SapphireMtHnadcrafts, and I stitched it on light blue Aida with the called for DMC for the white flowers and blue fabric conversion. I have no idea how I'm gonna finish it. I'm not going to finish it how they did, but I think it's really cute and I love it, and I'm really happy that it's done. I started it, I think I started it April of 2021, so it took me almost a year, and it definitely shouldn't have, but that's okay because it's done now, and it's done, and that's all right. So there's one finish. That is my first finish for 2022, and next is my lover's piece. I stitched this on 18 count vintage country Mocha with the called for DMC. I can never remember the Etsy shop, but I will link it down below if you want to stitch this or anything like it. She has really cool design. I don't know if it's a he or she. They have really cool designs. I'm so happy that this is done. I've mentioned it a few times. My husband is a brunette and I'm a blonde kind of a fake blonde, but I was this blonde when I was little, so naturally. So it's kind of just us in a pattern, and I think it's cute. All right, now for my new starts. These new starts were, one was for my 25 starts for my 25th year, and 2 of them were part of #Stitch the Winter Olympics, but I'm not counting them towards my 25 starts. So in total, I guess I'm doing 27 starts this year. But that's okay. So this one is sitting in one of my project bags that I made myself, that I showed in my last Flosstube, maybe 2 Flosstubes ago. This is a pattern by Emma Congdon, and it is from her Cross Stitch for the Earth book. And Elizabeth from Frizzy Lizzie Stitches also started this. She started it, I don't know when, but she just posted it on her Instagram that she started it. And it is Unplug and Go Outside. This is what it will look like when it's done. I want to put this in mine and my husband's camper. The 2 of the new starts that I showed you, that I will show you today, will be for our things that I want to put in the camper. Wow. I'm stitching this on 16 count white Aida, and this is where I'm at. This was not all of my new start. When I did it for a new start as part of Stitch the Winter Olympics, it was a day that I was traveling, and I was planning on starting up at the top with the Unplug. But then I discovered that I didn't have that one blue that was called for right there. And so I was like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I just flipped it and started at the bottom because I had the greens that I needed. And then it was a really sad start. I only had the border down here to like right there. And then just a couple nights ago, I was like, that's really sad to show in a video, and I really want to get more done on it. And so I stitched all of this just a couple nights ago. So I think it's super cute. I'm going to keep stitching on it. This is the one that I added to my Whip Go board. And I really like it. It's a fun pattern. Up next is another new start. This I also started while I was out of town, watching my husband golf. Oh gosh, it's everywhere. And by it, I mean all of the thread. Okay. I am stitching this on 16 count Mediterranean Sea Aida. And before I show you, I want to get the cover photo pulled up. This is a What's in My Cup from Stitching with the Housewives, and it is Happy Camper. And I'm not using all of the called for. I did substitute some colors, some because of the fabric, some just because I didn't have the called for, but I had something close. So like I said, I'm stitching it on 16 count Mediterranean Sea. I just ordered this from 123Stitch. This I've had in my stash for a while, and I wanted something to stitch on it, and I wanted to see what this would look like not on black. So I did the truck, I kind of started the camper, that's the door to the camper, and then I went and did some trees. So, but I think it's looking really good. Normal, I don't know why I kept this on the hoop, but probably because I thought I was gonna work on it. I would like to stitch on this some more. I feel like it could be a pretty easy finish. That way I don't have a bunch of labels, because with March Stitchy Madness coming up, I for sure am at least adding 4 to that, and I don't know if I'll get rid of any before that besides the 2 that I've done already. Okay, and then my last start was this was also a prompt for Stitch the Winter Olympics, but this was one of my 25 starts for my 25th year. It is also sitting in a bag that I made. This is, let me see if I have the cover photo. Okay, I only have the pattern, so. But this is How Much I Love You by Stitchrovia. I am stitching it on 16 count Bashful by Picture This Plus with the called for DMC, and this is where I'm at. I started with just the half stitches, and then I was watching The Crown, and so after I finished the completing the the first half of my cross, I turned off my iPad and just started completing the cross. But I really love that. I have mentioned a lot before, but if you're new, or maybe you don't remember, I don't know, I am stitching, I stitched You Are My Sunshine. I am in the middle of stitching Happy Skies, which is You Make Me Happy When Skies Are Gray, and then this is the last piece in that trio that says, You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I am stitching them for a future nursery, hopefully. And so I'm trying to get them done. Not that that is an announcement, because it is not in any way. I just would like to get them done before that comes up. Okay, so up next, sorry, this is taking, well, I don't know. Never mind. This is taking longer than I thought, but that's okay, because I have a lot to talk about. So next up, I have a couple of works in progress. The first one is one of my Whip Go pieces that was called for the month. I honestly don't know if I'm going to keep going with Whip Go. We'll see. Because I finished two pieces that, well, one I finished during Stitch the Winter Olympics, and it was floral motif, stitch towards your goal, and then my last one was something you want to finish. So I guess I stitched them along with something that like gave me a reason to stitch them, but I don't know. Just me thinking out loud. So this is the Sugar Skull pattern from the Day of the Dead trio by TinyModernist. The only stitching I have done on it is this red flower. My Whip Go goal for this piece is to finish the flowers at the top of the skull. So just the ones that are right here. There's flowers on the side, but black fabric. I'm stitching it on 14 count Aida with the called for DMC. And I think it looks good. I really like how the colors pop on it, but this isn't the first thing that I gravitate towards. But I guess that was the point of Whip Go. So we'll see. It's just that I have to look at the pattern, blah, 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 whatever. I'll pull it out eventually. Okay, next up, this was part of hashtag Stitch the Winter Olympics, and this is, I'm sorry, the hoop is still on it, but this is my Little Women Sal by SapphireMtHnadcrafts. It was part of the Stitching Book Club. As you can tell, I don't do stitch-alongs very well. I don't even do my own stitch-along very well because people have finished and I have not. But I finished, I believe the prompt that I brought this out for, there was 3 prompts. I only brought it out for 1 day though. It was something with words on it, something with a house, and something with a border. So I finished the word women. I did the O and the W, and then I did the quill and ink, and then I started on the border, and I did this little tiny border thing right there. And I'm just working on this side of the top border. I don't know if I'll work down or if I'll just go into the house or what I'm gonna do, but I'm stitching it on 14 count Oatmeal with the called for colors. Called for DMC. I think it's really cute. I really like it. I think what I'm gonna do is either watch either the original or the older Little Women movie. It's on Netflix currently, or I own the new one with Emma Watson. Just because I've been enjoying watching shows while I stitch instead of listening to an audiobook. And that was my initial plan, was to listen to my audiobook of this while I stitched it, but then I didn't keep up. So that plan kind of went out the window, but I liked seeing progress on that. That was nice. There's my point to the sugar skull. I feel like even though I put in like an hour, it wasn't a very good dedicated hour of stitching on the sugar skull. I feel like I don't see a lot of progress on it, and that's what's hard. I probably just need to dedicate some more time to it. Anyway, that is it for new starts and whips and everything. Next up, I am going to share my plans. Let's make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna share my plans. I am going to do Steel City Stitcher's March Madness again this year. I really liked it. I liked the whole goal of it, which is to have a fully finished by the end of March. Yeah, I really liked it. I felt like I did well with it last year. I did have a fully finish, but on top of that, because I had a fully finish before the end of the month, I kept trying to finish things. So I really liked that. I got 2 fully finishes out of March Stitchy Madness last year, so I thought it would be cool to do it again. The way that I am doing it is I'm doing 4 new starts and 4 works in progress. And a new start is going up against a current work in progress. And then the winner of that, after I will put a poll on Instagram for you guys to vote which one you like the best, and then the winner of that poll will move on to the next stage of the bracket. So right now this is my tentative bracket. It is on a whiteboard so that I can easily switch things in and out. I have already switched whips out a bunch. So the way that I am doing it, you can go watch the Steel City Stitchers explanation video for it if you would like. The way that I am doing it is 1 new start. My new starts and my whips each get 1 day of work before I put them up against each other. Once that poll happens, so like, let's do this first one, for example. So on the 1st of March, I will start my oranges pattern. I will give it 1 whole day of working on it. And then on the 2nd day of March, I will work on my brain pattern. And on the 2nd or on the 3rd, whenever I'm done working on my brain pattern, I will put a poll up on Instagram. Once the poll is gone, so you have 24 hours to vote, once that poll is finished and I can see the results of it, I will move whichever is the winner over here, but it will not get worked on until all of these guys down here have had a chance to get worked on. So the winner of this bracket will not get worked on until the 9th of March. So each of these represents a day of the month as well, each level. So the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and then by the 15th, I'll have a winner. And then I will try to get a fully finished by the end of March. I feel like that was a terrible explanation of it. Please go watch the Steel City Stitchers if you would like a better explanation of how March Stitchy Madness works. So, I'm just going to show you my new starts and where I'm at with my whips, and to kind of give you an idea of kind of how I'm starting out for March Madness. This is tentative. I can change things up until I'm giving myself until the end of this month, so until Monday, to switch things up. Once the 1st of March hits, my bracket is going to be locked in, so I don't know if things are going to change or not, but we'll see. So first up is a new start. I have it all kitted up. This pattern I bought off of Etsy. It is just the oranges. I think it's called Citrus pattern, but it is by HyggeStitcher on Etsy. Oh my goodness. And it will be linked down below if you would like to go grab it. I think it's really cute. I don't know how I'll finish it if I do end up finishing it, but I'm stitching it on 16 count ice blue Aida. It's getting really washed out, but it's kind of like a pale blue. I don't know if you can see the true color. But I really like the color. And then I don't think I'm using the called for. I think I just went off of, I honestly don't know. I think I just went off of what looked good on the ice blue fabric. So I'm using DMC 502 for the green. 741 for the orange rind or grapefruit rind, whatever it is, and then 3830 for the inside of the fruit, and then 739 for the other part of the inside of the fruit. So there it is. I'm super excited for that one. Okay. That one will be going up against my brain pattern, which is by NikkiPattern on Etsy. I have not worked on this since I finished the top half of it. So this is where I'm at. I'm stitching it on 14 count platinum with the called for DMC. On the 3rd of the month, I have another new start, which is Moonshine Cabin by Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery. I bought the mini kit off of Evertote's website. So I got the pattern booklet and the called for floss, which I have in this little notions pouch. This bag I got off of Evertote's website. I got the called for Leo and Roxy floss. Here it is. And then this is one that was dyed specifically for this pattern, but it has since been released as a separate color. like as its own color. You can just buy a couple skeins of it. And I am going to be stitching this on 16 count midnight gray. So it's not quite a black, but I thought it looked pretty close to what the model was stitched on. So I'm really excited for this one. I need to put everything away or else I will lose everything. Okay, that one right now I have going up against my MLK sampler by Stone Street Stitchworks. Here's what that one will look like when it's done. I am stitching this on 16 count Fog by Picture This Plus, and I just need to move my needle minder real quick so you can see everything. And I'm using the Called For DMC, and that's where we're at. All of my whips that I have chosen, I would really like to finish. So I've chosen some that I think a finish would be possible if it was chosen. I'm so sorry if that's loud. So I've chosen patterns that I think, if they are chosen by my followers on Instagram to win my bracket, that I think I could get a finish on. Next up, for a new start, I have a Primrose Cottage Stitches design, and it is Kind Words. And this is what it will look like when it's done. I don't know if I'll finish it into a pillow, but I think it's cute. This one, I can't remember if I am using all of the called for colors. I'm not. I'm using colors that are in the same family though. So these two are called for, and then these three are ones that I had that are close to the called for. And I'm just going to stitch it on 16 count white Aida. Okay, that new start is so far right now is going up against this work in progress. I am doing the fireworks with the Made in the USA at the bottom. I am stitching it on 18 count Vintage Country Mocha with my own floss conversion. I'll tell you what it is. These were all in my stash. So I have Weeks Dye Works White Lightning, which is white with a little bit of gray. I have Journal Arts Cornflower for the lighter blue. I have Classic Colorworks Wavy Navy for the dark blue. And then I have Classic Colorworks Ruby Slippers for the red. Okay, and then last for a new start, I purchased this off of Etsy, and it says, "I don't rise and shine, I caffeinate and hope for the best." Which I think is hilarious. And I don't know if I'm using the called for colors, but I'm stitching it on 16 count white, I think. And it looks like I'm using all of the called for colors. Like that, and then I have a pink. Whoop. Looks like I need to get a couple more colors out, but that's what I have so far. And this one, right now, I have going up against my own stitch along that I have not kept up with, did not keep up with, which is After the Rain by Hello from Liz Matthews. I'm doing my own color conversion. I've talked about it a lot. I honestly don't know what my plan is for this, but that's where we're at. We'll see what happens. I would like to get this finished. I think it's really cute. I just don't know if I'm gonna stitch all 25 rainbows, if I'm gonna shorten it. I don't know what my plan is, so we'll see. And that is it for my plans. That's gonna take up the whole month of March, which is one reason why I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do WipGo anymore, because I'm gonna be a month behind anyway. So now I am going to go into haul purchases slash acquisitions. If you would like to leave here, I totally understand. I will see you next time. And let's get into it if you're staying. So first, because this is going to be really noisy, I have this huge bag. Well, it's not very big. It's not very big. I have this grocery bag full of floss, full of DMC. Most of it is labeled, and most of it are in these bags that they're not Floss Away brand, but they have the hole on them. One of my sister-in-law's friends, her mom was gonna throw it all away, and she took it to my sister-in-law, and she's like, if you want to use it, you can. I know you embroider, or you know, whatever you want to do with it. And so my sister-in-law texted me, and I was like, yeah, I'll take them. And because she asked if I would want them, because she doesn't embroider a lot, and she has the colors that she uses, and I was like, yeah, might as well. So I got some new floss, which is awesome. Next up, I also purchased some DMC for my Unplug and Go Outside, because there were some that I was missing, like that blue that I mentioned, so I just got that. And then I had a couple things come in, so really short purchases. First, I ordered some things from Forbidden Fiber Co. I ordered their Sparkle Cross Stitch Thread Pack, which is these really nice colors of like pastel-y kinda, which I think look really cool. I also purchased their bookish cross-stitch treasure trove, which won't be shipping until March, and then I also ordered their Aquarius kit, which I just got a notification that it was shipped today. And then from Etsy, I found this pattern. Oh, and I got a needle from the Cottage needle. I ordered this Jeanette Douglas sampler, Canadian patriotic sampler, because I'm in love with it. And I just realized that there might be specialty stitches. Okay, there are. It'll be fine. Anyway. I think it's beautiful. I love it. Anyway, I might just take like certain parts of this out and stitch it. I don't know how much I love all of it together, but I do really like the design as a whole, so might just take some out of it. Anyway, that is all from me. This is a longer update for me. So I hope you got some good stitchy time in while you watched or listened or whatever. And I am going to try and film a stitch with me. I don't know if that'll happen before my next update or not. I'm gonna try. And I'm gonna try the overhead view. I just need stuff to talk about while I stitch. I don't know what to talk about. So if you watch my stitch with me's, let me know what you would want to hear. Or like if you have any questions for me or whatever, let me know, because I need help thinking of topics. That's actually like a big reason why I didn't film one last week, is because I had no idea what to talk about. So that is it from me. I hope you remember that someone always needs you, and I will see you next time.